What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So we're back here once again on NBA 2K25, here for another rebuild. And as we know, Karl-Anthony Towns was traded to the New York Knicks, but there was a third team that was involved in that trade, and that is the Charlotte Hornets. And now that's not really the reason why we're doing this video, because they obviously weren't like a major part of it. Like, yeah, they helped distribute the trade or whatever, but they didn't get anything significant out of it. Some second round picks, don't get me wrong, but I still want to go ahead and do a Hornets rebuild anyway. We just did a Brooklyn Nets one yesterday, had a lot of fun doing that. So let's go ahead and get back on our bag here once again, and let's rebuild the Charlotte Hornets. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. But the Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, they're a fun team. They have some exciting young pieces. I think Brandon Miller is going to be awesome for them. LaMelo Ball, if he could ever just stay healthy, he's amazing as well. They drafted Tijon Salon. Some other things to be excited about on this team as well. But and I can't for the life of me remember who they hired as their head coach, but it is Charles Lee. That's right. Charles Lee is their head coach as well. So a lot to be excited about when you are the Charlotte Hornets. I do think there's still some moves that need to be made, of course, to eventually propel them into a playoff team. But they've been a play-in team a couple times with LaMelo. Got blown out both times they were in there. So it's not out of the realm of possibility they could be there again. But here's rotation for year one. It's LaMelo, Cody Martin, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, Mark Williams, Nick Richards, Josh Green, who they got, I forgot as well from obviously from, I think it was the Klay Thompson trade, or that might have been a different trade. I can't remember exactly, but I don't know why, but memory's escaping me right now. But I'm pretty sure it's from the Klay Thompson thing. Grant Williams, Terrence Mann, and then Tijon Salon is down here not getting any minutes. But lucky for you, I actually remembered to play the rookie this time. In the Timberwolves video, I completely forgot to play Rob Dillingham, but that is not what I'll do today. I'm going to plug Tijon Salon immediately in the rotation. He'll be the last guy getting some minutes here off the bench. So let's go ahead, simulate year number one, and let's see how this Hornet squad does without me doing anything. And of course, we can make some moves after that if needed, which I'm guaranteeing you. Well, you know, it is possible this team makes the playoffs. 2K loves their young teams, but I do believe there will probably be some things we need to do to propel this team. Today's video is brought by two softwares designed to help you beat the sports books and become a much profitable sports bettor. We're starting on Daily Grind Fantasies Optimizer. So we take a look at some plays on the board at the moment. We got a no-run first inning on an MLB playoff game. You got no-run first inning on the Astros and Tigers game. There was no run scored in the first inning in today's game. I watched a lot of playoff baseball today for once in my life. But yeah, there's, you know, it got some esports stuff here as well. But the reason why we like this, because as you can see, got 4 books heavily favoring for there to be no run in the first inning. Again, there's not a ton of value on the board because NBA is not here yet. NHL starts next week, I believe. You have the NBA right after that coming around the corner. NFL, of course, is going on right now, but you don't really see the value until the weekend usually, or it starts to come up at like, you know, maybe Thursday or something like that. Also love OddsJam's positive EV tool as well. As you can see, we got a example on the Arizona Cardinals first quarter money line, a plus 200 on DraftKings. And of course, the reason why we like it on DraftKings is because it's offering the best price right now. If you wanted to take the Arizona Cardinals money line against the 49ers, plus 200 is the best payout. Playing this at FanDuel at plus 160 would make little to no sense. And then, of course, on Prize Picks, make sure to check them out as well. They match first deposit, dollar for dollar, up to $100. So if you want to check out any of these tools, link is down in the description below, or check out Prize Picks. All links down in the description below. Use code Crushables to get a percentage off your first month on OddsJam and DGF. And on Prize Picks, they match first deposit, dollar for dollar, up to $100. On that, let's get back to the video. So unfortunately for us, at the end of year number one, we were quite bad. Not very good whatsoever, unfortunately. I'm assuming LaMelo and Brandon Miller were pretty good, but outside of that, there's not a lot to be excited about. We were very, very bad. We're going to be a lottery team. We had 24 points from LaMelo, 16 from Brandon Miller, 15 from Miles Bridges, 9 from Trey Mann, 8 from Grant Williams, Tijon Salon with only 6. So yeah, not a lot to be excited about, unfortunately. Didn't even like get close to making it to the play-in like I thought maybe we could. I wasn't like banking on it, but I thought it was a possibility. I got the Mavericks and the Knicks in the finals, and the Mavericks go on and win it all. So first step, of course, of this process, just like it was in yesterday's video, is going to be the lottery. So let's see what we're projected to get and what we can get in this draft. So we are going to be projected pick number 2. Now, the Spurs say they do have it, or it says the Spurs have it, but it is protected. I'm pretty sure 2K will show it as that as well. Let's see what happens. So we dropped to 5. Of course we do. We're not going to hold on to a top 3 pick. Why would we? Blazers are going to have 1. Magic have 1. Blazers 2 and 3. The Jazz, Nets via Phoenix. Of course, that's not supposed to be who has it. That's supposed to be the Rockets. But 2K as we saw yesterday, did not fix it. I'm too lazy to fix it right now. It is very late at night, so I'm just going to let the Nets have that pick because I don't know. I won't. I'll go do something about it. Okay, I apologize. Let me go fix that, and then we'll draft what we can get at 5. All right, now that that's fixed, let's go ahead and draft here at number 5. So number 1 is going to be Cooper Flag to the Magic. That's a really good addition for them. Number 2 is going to be Ace Bailey, so we missed out on both those guys today. Boogie Flan goes number 3. I've never heard of him in my entire life. Maybe I'm sleeping. Boogie Flan goes to the Jazz. Dean, who we got in yesterday's video, goes, so I'm okay with that. So at number 5, we could take VJ Edgecombe, who we've already got in the video. We got Cam, we got Nolan Chiori, we got Hugo. So I really don't think we can go wrong with any of these guys. Someone pointed out to me yesterday, and Joda Kelmer, I saw you watched yesterday's video. So if you're watching this one, where is why is his name escaping me? I literally just had his name in my head. Where is Dylan Harper? That's who I was thinking about. Where is Dylan Harper? Is he just misspelled and I'm not seeing him, or is he just not mistakenly in this draft class? So if you are watching this, Joda, I think you're missing Dylan Harper if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, no Dylan Harper, which is a little disappointing. But outside of that, we got VJ Edgecombe, who I'm not taking. We can take the big man. We do have Mark Williams, but I'm not opposed to taking the big and Cam. I've seen he ends up becoming damn good. And you know what? Screw it. I'm going to take him here. He will be the pick. Welcome to Charlotte out of Duke. I know he's a really solid player. We got Alex in yesterday's video as well. So I will go ahead and take Kwame Evans, who I've gotten in a video before, but I'll just take it and be happy with it. So just like that, we get Cam, we get Kwame Evans. We got a couple second rounders as well. So solid start. Mitchich, which I'm happy to decline. Nick Smith, Mark Williams, Brandon Miller will accept all of those. Qualifying offers, KJ Simpson, Trey Mant, and yeah. So KJ Simpson, I'm fine with all these guys come back in their qualifying offer. Free agency, Trey Mant's a free agent, and then Moose is a free agent as well. But all right, we just drafted our big. We got Nick Smith, who I think will continue to develop as the backup point guard, which I'm fine with. Cody Martin's our starting shooting guard. Definitely want to probably find a different spot or a different player to start there. Josh Green, I don't mind as our backup 3. Miles Bridges and Grant Williams seems fine. Now, Tijon Salon, we could move to small forward instead. We have Nick Richards as our backup center as well right now. So let's see if I move Salon to small forward, how much he would go up. I don't know if he will go up or not. So he goes up 1, which isn't anything crazy by any means. I don't know if we have any money, so we don't have like a crazy amount of money. So yeah, we could go after Mikal Alexander-Walker. We could just simply bring back Trey Mann, who's been playing here. So we could just do that. So I think I'll just start with that. So let's just re-sign Trey Mann, who's been playing here anyway. So we'll bring back Trey Mann as that backup shooting guard. And then Tijon Salon and Josh Green will figure out the backup 3. So we, again, as I kind of mentioned, we do want to kind of upgrade the starting shooting guard spot if possible. So I'm going to go ahead and look into that right now and see if we can make that happen. I don't know if we'll be able to, but I do want to see if that is a possibility. Not really anything I like through trade, so I'm just going to roll with what we got for now and just kind of see who develops here. So as far as play progression is concerned, LaMelo goes up to an 89, Brandon Miller's up to an 85, Mark Williams is an 82, and Miles Bridges is an 80 or an 81. So maybe I shouldn't have taken the big. Salon went up to a 77, so that's intriguing to see at least. Nick Smith is up, Trey Mann is up. But yeah, maybe I shouldn't have taken the big. Maybe I should have just taken Hugo Gonzalez, and that would have solved our shooting guard problem. But I do know that Cam becomes a beast, and it gives me a challenge to try to get a different shooting guard, which I'm not mad about. So let's go ahead and get into year number 2. We didn't make the playoffs whatsoever. We, earned the right to draft in the top 5, so hopefully we can avoid that this year. So we got to cut a couple of guys. So I just let the assistant GM take care of that. Hopefully they didn't cut anybody too important. I imagine they didn't. But let's go ahead and get into this 2026 draft class. And then we can get into the rotation going into year number 2. So I'm excited. I'm intrigued. And I cannot wait to see if we can bounce back from year 1 being so bad, so poverty. But in year 2, we just fly to the moon and go to the playoffs. I think that's possible, especially with the LaMelo Ball leading the way. I've seen the Hornets have a ton of success in 2K. The proficiency is 3.5, and here is your rotation. So there was plenty of development as well, which is nice. So LaMelo Ball, again, I do want to find a way to upgrade their shooting guard spot. I don't love Trey Mann as our starter, but Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, Mark Williams, Nick Richards, Josh Green, Grant Williams, Salon, and then Nick Smith. So our big is not getting any minutes, which clearly I have a problem with. That's not going to work for me. So I actually low-key kind of want to start him, so I'm gonna kick kicking Nick Richards out of the rotation seems like kind of crappy though. I don't know. Can we do that to him? Not really. I kind of hate doing that. So we're gonna play 2 bigs off the bench, which I don't love, but it's better than kicking. I'm gonna kick Grant Williams completely out of the rotation. Ah, man, this is tough. I should have made a trade to consolidate this rotation a little bit. All right, who do I want to move out of the rotation? Is there anybody that just makes sense to kick out? Not really. Maybe we just run 11 deep, because that's what would make sense to me right now, because I want to get our lottery pick some minutes, man. I really do. So he is going to grab some minutes here. 11-man rotation. We'll roll with it. I do kind of want to start him, though. I want to give him the keys to be like as successful as possible. So maybe I give him more minutes than Nick Richardson. I don't give him the start quite yet. So it feels dirty to do to Nick Richards, but at the end of the day, I did invest a lot in this guy to start the video. So I'm going to play him 23 minutes a game, and I'm going to be happy with it. So we're going to simulate year 2, and then I do think a trade is necessary. So potentially at the deadline, we could do it, but maybe I'll wait till the offseason. So at the end of year number 2, we were quite bad once again, but not as bad as last year. So that is improvement, and we'll absolutely take that. LaMelo Ball does make an All-NBA third team and All-Rookie team. We do get our big to make it as well, who averaged 9 and 4 off the bench. But I do want to give him more minutes if possible. But again, I think I made a mistake by drafting him. I probably should have drafted Hugo Gonzalez and been happy with it. But I don't know, man. For some reason, I decided to take the big to challenge myself. I don't know what I was thinking. But let's go ahead and simulate these playoffs, and let's get straight in the offseason once again. I definitely think a trade is necessary this offseason to consolidate this roster. We just were too deep in rotation, too many guys to play. I want to consolidate that into a higher talent. We are going to have another good pick here. It will say that the Spurs have it, but it is protected again for the Hornets. Of course, top 3, or it's top like 10 protected, I think, or something like that. So it's in the top 3, or if it, stays in the top 5, which it should in theory. Maybe it falls to 6, but it is going to be 5. So we get back-to-back number 5 overall picks. So I'm going to go snag that back from the Spurs because it does belong to us. Because it is protected in real life, and we get to draft again in this upcoming 2026 draft. So let's jump into this 2026 draft, and let's see what happens. So Daryl Peterson goes number 1. Number 2 is going to be AJ to the Thunder. Number 3 would have been Cameron Boozer. Number 4 is Carmen Lopez. Wow. If you guys used to watch that show, you know what I'm talking about. But Karam Lopez, is that how that? I don't know why I can't say that name right now. Karam Lopez, that is who went. All right, so choosing prospect here. We got Koa Pete, we got Savion, we got Koa, who is an all-star, Darius, all-NBA. So Darius is a backup point guard. Let's see. So outside of that, we got all-star with Mary. I don't know a lot about these guys, I'm going to be completely honest with you. We got Ja Johnson, who's 6'6", and his ceiling is a Hall of Fame. I mean, I think this is the guy we take. We do need a shooting guard anyway. So welcome to Charlotte, Ja Johnson out of Kentucky. So Kentucky usually produces some good players, so I think I'm in good hands here. I'll take Amari here at this other pick, or Omaha, I should say, or however you say it. But we walk away with a 73 overall. So he is not good at the current at the start of things. The point guard was better overall wise around the draft, but Ja Johnson, Omaha, welcome to Charlotte. We got Brandon Miller, Tijon Salon, Nick Smith, Jackson Robinson, and we'll accept this as well. And the qualifying offers, Mark Williams and KJ Simpson are free agents. But as I already mentioned to you, we are going to be making a trade here. So Nick Richards and Mark Williams are free agents. We will absolutely re-sign Mark Williams. Nick Richards will probably move on from, unfortunately. Just feel like he's better off, going to play somewhere else where he gets a good role. And I didn't really like the role I put him in. So we move on from Nick Richards, and now we got LaMelo Ball, Nick Smith. We got Ja Johnson, who I'm happy to draft, but it doesn't look like he's going to be ready to play. So I still want to try to trade for a small forward, which I will absolutely do. For a shooting guard. So I'm going to look into that right now. We are going to find our shooting guard piece of the future. Let's go see if we can get that done. Curious to see if Detroit would do a Miles Bridges swap with me for Jaden Ivey. So Jaden Ivey would be our brand new shooting guard next to LaMelo and Brandon Miller. That would give me a lot of excitement. Ivey has had a really weird campaign in Detroit. He's been benched sometimes. Weird relationship with Monty Williams, it seemed like. Didn't play or played towards the end. It was kind of weird. I don't know. But he started killing Hayes over Ivey for a while. It was just weird stuff. But Miles Bridges, Josh Green, And a lot of protected Miami pick that we got from the Rozier trade. Would they do this for Jaden Ivey? They do agree. So just like that, we get Jaden Ivey here in Charlotte. So that gives us our shooting guard, which I absolutely love. So we got LaMelo, Nick Smith, Ja Johnson will eventually be the guy, but right now he's a 73 overall, so we really can't rely on that. So we got Ivy, Trey Mann, we got Tijon Salon, Brandon Miller. Now we did trade Miles Bridges away, but the reason why we did that is because I feel like we can get away with playing Tijon at the 4, who's 6'10", so he'll be our brand new power forward, give him a great role, and now we can sign a small forward or a power forward through free agency to be our backup. So that is where we're going to go about things. So one guy I did like the idea of is Jonathan Isaac. So I'm going to go for Jonathan Isaac in free agency, and we can land KJ Simpson back as well, who will probably come back in his qualifying offer. So I feel like this was a good offseason. Compared to last season, or last offseason, I feel a lot better about this one. I feel like we have a solid rotation, and it makes a lot more sense with what we're about to do. So Simpson's back. So the center we drafted is up to an 81, Cam, which is nice. 81, Tijon Salon. 82, Nick Smith. 83, Mark Williams. 85, Jaden Ivey. 86, Brandon Miller. Now, I've noticed Brandon Miller's shot tendency has sucked really badly as well, and I have yet to fix it, so I will fix it for this next season. But I know I talked about a big game last year about making the playoffs, but I do believe that this year we absolutely could. Adding Jaden Ivey, moving Miles Bridges, our center developing, Nick Smith developing, a lot looks good right now. That's what I'll say. So let's go ahead and get excited about this year 3, and we'll look at this rotation all together in just a second. So year 3 rotation looks damn good. LaMelo Ball, we got Jaden Ivey, Brandon Miller, Tijon Salon, and Mark Williams. And then the bench with Nick Smith, Cam, you got Jonathan Isaac, and Trey Mann, and Grant Williams, and KJ Simpson. So this year we're only going to run a 9-man rotation. So that's going to leave quite a bit of talent off the board. Like you got Omaha not getting minutes, you got Grant Williams not getting minutes, which sucks. But at the end of the day, I'm comfortably okay with that. And we will look at shot tendencies, because I did believe Brandon Miller's shot tendency has been extremely low throughout the video, and I just don't want that to be the case anymore. So Ivy says an 83 looks good to me, and we'll roll with that. So one other thing I kind of wanted to look into, I guess we can send Ja Johnson. Just kidding, we can't. So G League has not been available to me. But let's go ahead and simulate to the end of year 3 with this brand new rotation. I do believe that this could be a play-in team at the very least, if not a playoff team. Power King led us to 12th overall, so they seem to believe in us as well. Let's see if it pays off what we've done so far. At the end of year number 3, Luka is your MVP. AJ is your Rookie of the Year for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 6-man goes to Jarris Walker and Wemby's Defensive Player. And Zach Edey is your Most Improved. And K is your Clutch Player. And Greg Popovich is your Coach of the Year at 68-14. So here's your All-NBA first team. Got LaMelo Ball making All-NBA second team, averaging 26. Love to see that. All-NBA third team, All-Defensive first team, and All-Defensive second team. So, got exciting news for you, though, as we were a damn good team. We were the first seed in the Eastern Conference. So we went from never making the playoffs to being the first seed. 26 from LaMelo Ball, 20 from Brandon Miller, 18 from Ivy, 13 from Nick Smith, 11 from Cam, 10 from Salon, 9 and 8 from Mark Williams. So just all around a tremendous effort. You know, having LaMelo Ball, as you guys have always known, that LaMelo Ball is a damn good sim player. He just does really good in the 2K sim, and it paid off. We're a playoff team, and we're the first seed. No, it's not just a playoff team. We're the first seed. Now, it would not surprise me at all if we got bounced by the Cleveland Cavaliers in round 1, if we were just a fluke. I could definitely see 2K doing that to me right now. But here goes nothing against Cleveland. Somebody come around against them, and we are going to... I told you, man, it wouldn't shock me if we did, and we almost lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers in round 1, but we do beat them in 7. Now we get to play Toronto, who I saw is bringing back the purple jerseys, which is really dope. But that quickly, Hugo, who I should have drafted, arguably, but I didn't. So really nothing I can do about it now. RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl, Grady Dick, Corey Kispert, Dalton Connect, Oshai Abaji, and Chris Stanak. I don't know if I said that correctly, but here goes round 2. Somebody come around against Toronto. And we are going to... Are we going to the conference finals in year number 3? Or are we about to blow this lead? We're going to a game 7, of course, after being up 3-1. Because why wouldn't we go to a game 7? Why can't we just ever do things smoothly when it comes to me rebuilding a team? It just never goes that direction. We have a very close game 7 here. Of course we would. Let's slow it down. And let's jump in and watch it. 115-115. Let's have some chaos and drama. Already, this is to get to the conference finals, so let's see how this ends up going down. So, let's see if the team I've assembled is ready for the big moment. Game 7. About to inbound it to Jaden Ivey, it looks like. LaMelo Ball is not on the floor, so that worries me a little bit. Brandon Miller's got Corey Kispert guarding him, and Brandon Miller's going to get fouled. He's going to the line. So nice foul drawn. Let's see if LaMelo... I'm assuming LaMelo fouled out because he's not out here right now. Unless if he just got put in, which he did not. So he must have fouled out, or we're just not playing him. But I assume he fouled out. So 170... I guess I could just look. Why don't I just solve my question with an answer? So LaMelo Ball, let's see. That is 6 fouls. Yep, he fouled out. Okay. We got Hugo Gonzalez with the ball to go try to tie the game or take the lead. We got Ivy guarding him. Let's see what Hugo does. He's going to try to take Ivy to the basket. He's going to pass it out to Scotty Barnes. Barnes has Isaac guarding him. Jakob Pearl gives him the screen. Barnes mid-range. Isaac got a decent closeout, but Barnes is still going to splash it in. It's a tie game once again. All right, I will live with Barnes taking a mid-range, though. I can live with that. We're going to give it to Brandon Miller. RJ guarding him. Let's see if Brandon Miller can make something happen. Nick Smith has the ball now. Isaac screen. Nick Smith, you know, maybe could have taken a shot from the 3. Or he's going to give it to John Isaac down low. Back to Brandon Miller. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Brandon Miller trying to make something happen. He's going to take it to the basket, and he's going to make it. Wow. Talk about creating something out of nothing. He has 43 points on the night. Trying to get us to the conference finals. Now, can we close him out? Can we get a stop? Hugo taking Ivy to the basket. Nice defense. And we are going to get the rebound as well. Can we score on this possession, though, is the question. Ivy is going aggressive to the basket. He's going to miss it. But Mark Williams almost with a huge, important offensive rebound, but doesn't get it. Hugo taking it to the basket. He's going to stop for a midi, and he's going to miss it. Ivy are quickly. Oh, my goodness. Rebound has not been secured. He put it back, and he missed it. Jakob Pearl is going to foul, I think, Isaac. Where's that Mark Williams? It is going to be John Isaac at the free throw line. He is going to make the first one. Talk about chaos and drama. Can he make the second one, though, is the question. And he will make the... No, he won't. It is a 3-point game. So, Toronto could very well tie it. We got to play good defense here. Let's see if we can do just that. Man, I cannot lie. Jumping into these and watching these, it's quite fun. It can be painful at the same time if your team just absolutely bombs it. But Hugo kind of had an open shot for a second. It was a little deep, though. Not going to lie. So, Jakob Pearl. Okay, yo, Ivy, I need you to stay glued. So that's a mid-range. We'll let him have that. So we're going to play the free throw game again here. So we're going to inbound it to Nick Smith. Nick Smith will go to the free throw line. Let's see if Nick Smith can splash 2 home. So they made Hugo made a 3. Respect. Or, sorry, a 2. But if we can make this and make a 3-point game again, and he's going to make both. Huge. Now, there's no timeout for Toronto. So they still got to score a 3 here. So let's see what RJ does to Hugo for 3. Hugo misses it, and that should be our ball game. We are going to the conference finals after a massive, sweaty Game 7. As long as we hit at least one of these. Brandon Miller, you're clutch, aren't you? I mean, you got 43 on the night. I can't imagine you just absolutely choke this situation away. That is a 5-point game, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be your ball game. Quickly, we'll heave it from the full court. It does not matter. We are going to the conference finals. In the conference finals, we draw the 7-seeded Chicago Bulls, which I feel like every time I've seen the Bulls lately, I always I don't fear their team at all, but they always seem to give me problems. So if I get beat by the Bulls, I wouldn't be shocked. Somebody current round, we beat them in 5. Okay, thankfully we just took care of them. Now, we get to play either the Spurs or the Thunder, and I'm pretty sure the Spurs, if I'm not mistaken, just won 68 games. Let's see if that is the case. Yeah, so a little intimidated by that, but here goes nothing. So it's going to be Wemby in the finals, and we get to play De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Dylan Brooks, Sohan Wemby, Vassell, Capella, Keldon Johnson, Gary. I mean, this is going to be a very tough series. Like, they've won 9 out of their last 10. They are going to be very, very tough. They've lost literally 2 games in the playoffs so far. We've gone to 2 Game 7. So here goes nothing. Let's simcast. Why not? I feel like simcast, I have some good luck here. So let's simcast game 1. Something I don't normally do. I would love to start off with a 1-0 lead against the Spurs and give me some confidence, but it's looking like that's not going to happen. It's going to be 103 to 117. Okay. Well, let's go to an 8-man rotation because I want to have the best possible chance at taking down the Spurs team. LaMelo Ball is going to play a ton of minutes. If we can still win on their home floor, that'd be amazing. I don't know if we'll be able to, but it's looking like they're going to blow us out to smithereens in game 2 as well. So the Spurs have been a problem. I'm pretty sure yesterday they stopped me from winning a championship as well. But now we go home in game 3 to see if we can win this one. And we'll see if we can do just that. It's not looking good right now. We might get absolutely swept by the Spurs. All respect to them. It is what it is. Can we win one? No, we get swept. So we make it to the finals and we get swept. What can I do, man? I mean, it's freaking Victor Wembanyama with a 68-win team. All I can really do is run it back again. I mean, I really like the team, how we've assembled it. Our pick is going elsewhere this time around, obviously. We traded the Miami pick, so we don't really have an important pick here. Charles Lee got us to the final, so I'm not going to move on from him. Let's see if we did have a draft pick from anybody else. I'm pretty sure we don't. So we have a 29th overall pick from the Mavericks, but it's a late pick. I mean, who are we really going to get? So we get Jerome Morrison. I don't really care about any of these guys. I'll sign Jerome Morrison. Player options, Delon, Cam, and Omaha will accept. I don't even think that's his actual name, but I'm just going to continue to call him Omaha. I don't care. Okay, Brandon Miller is a free agent. Obviously, must resign. Nick Smith's a free agent as well. So let's resign Brandon Miller. Let's resign Nick Smith, and let's not even think twice. So Grant Williams, we're fine with letting go. He kind of got kicked out of the rotation anyway. And all we're really going to be focusing on now is hoping guys develop. So Ja Johnson is up to a 74. I don't know what his role will be this year, but he might go up in overall, and maybe he'll be the backup small forward. So that is what his role will be if he goes up like crazy, which is possible considering he had a Hall of Fame ceiling. So let's see what progression's looking like. So KJ Simpson's back. So let's see. So we got Ja Johnson, like I said, is up to a 79. So we went up 6 overall. We got Cam up to an 84, 86 Ivy, 87 Brandon Miller. So we're about to run this final season here, and we're going to see. So we're going to move Ja Johnson to small forward. He'll be our backup 3, replacing Grant Williams in that role. We won't run an 8-man rotation. Of course, we'll go back to 9 for the regular season. And we'll go into this final season and hope that we can go back to the finals and maybe this time avoid the Spurs. So right it back once again, and this time the regular season results weren't as great. Not sure why. I thought we'd only get better, but we end up as the 6th seed in the East rather than being the 1st seed. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. So LaMelo Ball, for whatever reason, just stopped scoring the bat. I mean, am I looking at the wrong stats? I'm pretty sure I'm not. What happened? Did LaMelo Ball's shot tendency just get pushed down for some reason? No, I don't know why he went from... I have no idea what just happened. I actually generally have no clue on why he went from 20... What did he average last year? I mean, I know the ball was maybe distributed a little bit, but he went from 26.5 to 19. I've never seen that happen before. I mean, what? Let's see. Whose shot tendency like boosted up? So, I mean, I guess Ivy's was probably Salon maybe went up a little bit. Not really sure what happened there, but we get Indiana in round 1 regardless. I do need LaMelo to be the guy. I don't know if we'll get past the Indiana Pacers now. A little nervous about it since our regular season didn't go as well as I thought it would have, but here goes nothing. Somebody come around against Indiana, and what do I got to worry about? I freaking sweep them. And now we get the Milwaukee Bucks. We still have Giannis. They don't have Dame anymore. They got Elliott. They got Malachi Brandon, McCogie, Wiseman, Portis. I mean, outside of Giannis, I mean, I'm not that intimidated by this roster, but that could be famous last words. Somebody current round against the Bucks, and we find ourselves down 2-0, and we're down 3-1. All right, well, let's see if we can come back from 3-1, and I mean, I don't think we're gonna come back from this. So, I'm not really sure what happened to LaMelo. He just kind of fell off a cliff. Is that just kind of what happens to this guy? He averaged 19 in the playoffs. So he went from 26. Efficiency dropped as well. Okay. I'm not sure what I did to him, but I don't know, guys. I haven't had success lately, I feel like, and I apologize, but I'm damn trying, and it just isn't resulting in results like I want. Well, I said this was gonna be the last season, but I don't want to end it on that. I'm gonna go try again. I don't know what happened to LaMelo. Did he like regress? Not notice that? Like maybe he regressed. Like I didn't think he'd regress that hard though. So that was pretty disappointing. I'm gonna get a new head coach, and we're gonna grab Mike Brown, I guess, maybe, or we might just go Charles Lee because I don't know if we have enough money to get anybody better. So Mike Brown actually accepts our offer, so we'll go with Mike Brown to change things up. We'll go to player options, and we're gonna go one more time. I just can't end off on what I just saw. That just was very disappointing. So a lot of money is about to be spent again, but I don't care. I want to win a championship today at the end of the day. So I'm spending a ton of money, and I'll see you guys in next season. So genuinely, I have no idea what happened last year, but we end up at 68-14 this season. So I'm glad I decided to run it back for another year, because last year we ended up as a 6 seed, won 46 games. LaMelo was terrible. I don't know what happened, but we ran it back to try this again. LaMelo Ball is back kind of into his usual self, but he's still already averaging 22. Really fell off from his 26 points per game. But hey, I guess we have a better record at the end of the day, so I'll take that over what we finished up as last year. So we'll kind of see how this goes. First seed in the Eastern Conference. Would love nothing more than to finally walk away with the championship. It feels like I haven't gotten one in a while, but here we go. We got Chicago in round 1. Let's just fire away. So somebody cut around against Chicago. We beat them in 4. And now we get the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have Saban Lee, Mitchell, Tamani Kamara. So they've lost Garland. They still have the 2 bigs. They have Mitchell. We come around against them and we sweep them. Okay, so far so good. And now we get Boston. It was always a tough matchup. So many current round seems to have been working so far. And we have not lost the game yet. I mean, I just don't even know what to think. The Spurs. Okay, so we draw the Spurs again. They obviously beat us bad the first time around. So here goes nothing. Game 1 goes to them. Game 2, we even it up. Okay, so we're not going to get swept this time around at least. 2-1. 3-1. And Game 6 win. Yes. Okay. We did it. I'm glad we decided to run it back for another year, because, man, I was really feeling a lot of pain after we got bounced around to my Milwaukee and just had such a terrible sim. Only 46 wins, and the 5th seed was or the 6th seed sucked, man. But hey, it is what it is. It ends up in a championship at the end of the day. We beat the Spurs in 6. Get some sweet revenge against them. I'm going to end it on that note. It is pretty late at night. Had to record 2 videos in a row. I'm going to go to bed. Actually, I got to do some editing and then thumbnails. And so then I'll go to bed after that. Not that you guys want to hear about that. But all right, I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys for watching. This is Crushables saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.